Hello, FCS parents. Hope you guys have had a great week. Can you believe it's the end of October already? I can't believe it. Like every school year, this one is going by incredibly fast. So we're at the end of the first quarter. We're into October. Hopefully the weather will be changing and getting a little cooler here sooner rather than later. I know this weekend's supposed to be pretty hot, but hopefully after that it'll be the last swan song for summer. We can start to get some cooler temperatures a little bit. Lots of things going on today and in the next few weeks. First of all, today is the celebration of life for Sebastian Enriquez. So unfortunately, obviously we have school, so our entire staff cannot go, but we'll have a contingent of teachers going today in order to support Ruben and Rio Enriquez and the loss of their son Sebastian. So we'll have a few staff, including myself, that'll be off campus for a portion of today as we go there to support Mrs. Enriquez. But also today is the end of the first quarter, which is a big deal because that means our first progress reports are coming out. So teachers have spent all this week making sure their grade books are in order, making sure everything's in there. I'm sure there's a few things to continue to add into those grade books as we wrap up this week. And then we're going to have a 4-day weekend this weekend. That's right, 4-day weekend. No school tomorrow. Don't show up tomorrow. There will be nobody here. We are off on Friday, October 6th. And Monday, October 9th, because that is Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day. And so we will have a 4-day weekend this weekend, which means a 4-day week next week. So the 4-day weekends are kind of nice because we get a 4-day week on the front end, the 4-day weekend, and then a 4-day week on the back end. So it makes 2 short weeks and a long weekend. I'll take that anytime. So it'll be a long weekend and a short week next week. But during that time, we will be compiling grades and report cards and getting all those things together. Teachers, like I said, are wrapping up grades today. Then all the grades get input in the grade books. Then those from the grade books get imported into the report cards. And then Mrs. Buckner and I then go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that everybody has done everything correctly, that all the math is correct. There is a lot of math involved in terms of calculating weights and percentages and making sure that everything computes correctly to get those report cards correct. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes when we do report cards. It's just not a matter of putting stuff in and pushing a button and they're generated. There's a lot of things that take place. So Mrs. Buckner and I will be taking care of all that. And then we're going to have parent-teacher conferences. So at the end of the first quarter, every year we intentionally do parent-teacher conferences for all students with their homeroom teacher. And then of course, anytime in the year, if you want to meet with your teacher, make an arrangement with your child's homeroom teacher to have a meeting at any time during the year. However, at the end of the first quarter, it's a great time to kind of everybody gather together, make sure we're all on the same page, teachers and parents, in terms of where the child is at, and make sure we have a plan for that child moving forward. So it's just a quick meeting. Usually it should last only about 15 minutes. Parent and teacher coming together, looking at the progress report, talking about how that child is growing and developing within the classroom, relaying a plan as to how we're going to move that child forward. And that's it. So it's a quick meeting. If there needs to be a more in-depth meeting, that would be a great time to set a time for a longer, more in-depth meeting. But we've got a lot of parents, a lot of kids, a lot of meetings to get through. And because of that, please take note that Thursday, October 19th is a half day. We are out at noon on Thursday, October 19th. Again, we've got a lot of parent-teacher conferences, and in years past, our teachers have been burning the midnight oil, trying to get all the parent-teacher conferences in, going late at night sometimes in order to get them all in within that time period. And so we need to help our teachers out a little bit. So half day on Thursday, October 19th, we are out at noon. That way teachers can start some parent-teacher conferences early that day and hopefully get them done a little bit earlier rather than having to be up super late trying to cram things in. Parent-teacher conferences overall will be from the 18th, 19th, and 20th. But what we'll do is we're going to have a Sign-Up Genius online. Look for that in the newsletter that goes out. And those Sign-Up Geniuses will have the time slots that the teachers are available. You will then sign up online for a day and time to meet with your child's homeroom teacher. For K through 6, that is obviously your child's primary teacher. For 7 through 12, that would be 7-8 with Miss Pearson, 9-10 is with Mr. Nodine, and 11-12 is with Mrs. Buckner. So those would be the homeroom teachers for those children. Again, sign up for a day and time. You'll meet with that teacher, and then we'll have parent-teacher conferences done, and we'll be getting ready to head into the holiday season. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up for the holiday season as well. We'll have Spirit Week coming at the end of October. and then we're into November, and then the holiday season really starts. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Please make sure you're checking your newsletter. Please make sure you look out for our emails. We send out a lot of information pretty regularly through email. That's the most efficient way for us to get information out to people, besides obviously Thursday Thoughts and the school app as well. But be sure to look out for those emails. A lot of specific information there. You should have gotten an email about the half day on Thursday as well. I know it's a little bit different, but it's something we need to do to make sure we can get our parent-teacher conferences in efficiently. All right, so I hope you guys have a great long weekend. Again, no school tomorrow, no school on Monday, and no school from the 6th through the 9th. It's a 4-day weekend as we take our fall break, and hopefully we'll see you guys real soon. Hopefully at parent-teacher conferences. You guys have a great weekend. God bless.